Swag.
You can. You look very dapper. Do you want to do an intro?
Hello.
I think it's like episode 46 or something like that.
Episode 46.
Hopefully you guys can hear us. We're at
Brutus.
we're at Kannon, Madden's house. About to celebrate Logan's birthday or his 30th birthday for the surprise party in Carrollton, Georgia. And we're also celebrating what?
TFX. 4 proteins.
You being one of them.
Me being one of them. Us being one of them.
Who's on your team?
Kelsey Williams, crazy fit. Kristen Rooks, newly Rooks. She just got married. Congrats.
This last weekend too, right?
Yeah. To Jake Rooks. Happy couple. They're in Mexico right now, having a good time. And James, one of our Texas athletes in man-made, who is crushing it.
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, he shout out to James. He freaking smashed that competition.
Crushed it. Happy to have you, pal.
Yeah, right. So this is your first pro competition, huh?
It is.
How excited are you?
Pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a long time coming.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
A lot of hard work.
It was
Bound
a lot
to
of
pay
hard
off
work.
eventually.
It's very true. How long have you been CrossFitting for now?
5 years. 2017. I started in 2016. 2017 was my first open. And then as soon as that was open, I started with you.
2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did we go over how you got into CrossFit
No.
last time?
Yes.
We did do that?
I think.
Okay. Well, this is actually Kanon's third time guest on the show.
First time was illegal. The first episode, it's not allowed.
I actually sent that over to Nicole, and she said it was hilarious.
Yikes.
But it will not be aired.
No, it should never be aired. And we can never run for political office.
Yeah.
Never.
So, but it doesn't exist.
It's not real.
It's not real. Wait, so we did go over how you got into CrossFit?
I think so. I was wrestling, and I was in the nursing program.
Wait, what about when you first showed up to the CrossFit gym?
I roll in, whip in my
This is
2008 Silver Charger.
This is to a gym in Carrollton,
This
right?
is to a CrossFit gym, CrossFit Unscaled at the time. I'm in my Charger. I whip in over the speed limit, park. I'm in a full-blown stringer, nipples out. I walk into the door, kick it in, and I say, Logan Frey, I want to do CrossFit. No, but that is what I did, actually. I didn't kick the door in. I just walked in there. I was like, I want to do CrossFit. I had a stringer, like a gigantic douche, and Logan agreed. And that's how I started.
What was your first workout?
Fran, 522.
You really did Fran for your first workout?
Had butterflies immediately.
Really?
Yep.
Because your shoulders were so tight?
They were super tight.
Which is interesting for wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
you think those would be more flexible.
Well, the particular way I wrestled, I probably needed to be tight. I was an outside wrestler. So, like, there's two insides. There's inside and there's outside
Cannon's
wrestling.
doing a diagram that you
Doing
guys,
it.
or if you're listening, you can't
Oh,
see.
sorry. So
And
there's
making a bunch of
there's
noise
two
on
kinds
the
of
table.
wrestlers. There's inside wrestlers and outside wrestlers. Muhammad Ali would be a good example of an outside fighter. You just quick and you go in. And an inside wrestler, you get up in there and you got to become more flexible and more mobile because you got to hit these perfect angles. But outside, you should be explosive and fast, which is what I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just go in.
Kind of like the same CrossFit athlete.
Exactly. Power output, stop. Power output, stop. Power output, stop.
But over the last year, you've gotten much more aerobic.
I would agree.
When did we start back up? Was that about a year now?
Was it after quarterfinals? No.
It was before
It
quarterfinals.
was before quarterfinals.
I think it's been about a year.
Yeah, I think about a year exactly.
Like back
Yeah.
in October of last year, I
And
think.
I'm already much fitter.
Way fitter. Yeah.
Blacklisted.
Represent. This is our new t-shirt as well. If you guys want to pick it up on our drop ship, you guys can click the link in our bio. Or if you're listening,
Shredded abs not included.
he didn't show his abs for those
I don't have
listening. Maybe say they are included.
They are included.
They come, or you
You
get
will
them with the shirt.
Immediately get an 8-pack as soon as you put the shirt on.
All right. So what are your predictions for Fittest? Because we have two
Like
people.
individual.
Well, okay. So like we have 2 people in the intermediate division. We have a master's athlete and 4 teams. And then we have
Who's the Masters athlete?
one of my clients.
Oh, okay.
And then she finished 3rd in the qualifier.
Ooh.
And then Cade is going individual RX. I think that's
24th, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Shout out to Jalen, by the way.
Yeah, for real.
Blacklisted alumni got 4th. If you watched this, good job, pal. Coming for you.
Watch it or listen.
Gotta
remember we're broadcasting it
right
via voice too. Okay, so what are your predictions then?
For teams, I think Logan's team will obviously win.
Okay.
I'm overconfident all the time. I think we'll podium.
Okay. You guys were 5th or 6th?
We were 4th. No,
sorry.
5th.
5th, right? You were 4th in week 1.
We were 4th week 1, 5th week 2.
Yeah.
But Kristen has a shoulder injury, so she wasn't able to put a crazy
and she got married.
And she was not at home during any of this. She was in Texas, so obviously you're not in the right mindset. So not that your scores are bad, your scores are great, but Kristen has a well of potential. She's not even close to tapping
right
yet.
Yeah.
And she's also a very good competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's gonna freaking blossom it on the floor. I think.
Yeah.
James is solid as a
This will
rock.
be the highest level she's competed at.
Yeah,
huh?
for sure.
Yeah.
Way high.
Yeah.
She's gonna smash it, I think.
Yeah.
I just see a huge future for her. James is awesome. Very solid, obviously. Probably could have went individual and been in the pro division, honestly.
Yeah, for
easily.
Sure. Yeah.
And then Kelsey also could have gone individual and probably been in the pro division. But Kelsey continues to get rapidly better. Like from Pensacola Beach Brawl to now, like the bar muscle workout, she did all unbroken.
Well, she did
the whole time.
Yeah, she did 5 bar muscle ups in the Pensacola workout.
And then failed a 6th.
Yeah. And then missed 1 or 2 before she got the 6th one.
Mm-hmm.
And then here she got 10 rounds on the
with 4.
With
unbroken.
4.
Never broke
yeah.
it up at all. I mean,
so
just skyrocketing fitness.
A little bit of an improvement.
She also qualified for the RX division of Wadapalooza, which freaking
is she going down?
Athletes can barely qualify for.
Is she going down to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Regional semifinal. It's pretty much like you take all the semifinal athletes, and so like basically top 120 in the quarterfinals, and those individuals are going and competing at Wadapalooza.
Yeah, it's very
so it's like a stacked competition.
Yeah, extremely stacked. And she actually won the row workout. She beat Rich Fronin's girl with a score with a row boxing for 14. She got 14-13. Yeah, she beat Andrea.
That was my old teammate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's cool. She seems really intense.
Andrea's pretty intense. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. Feel the heat.
Yeah. She's a lot of fun though. Cool. It was a lot of fun competing with her.
I bet. No, she's a champ.
Yep.
But yeah, Kelsey beat her. Kelsey also has a massive future ahead of her. Huge,
for sure.
Huge. Came out of nowhere.
Because she's only really been training for what, like 6 months?
She's been training for about 6, maybe 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she had a kid and she just got into it. So all that sums up. I am the weakest link, but I do my best on competition day, so I will not be carried, guaranteed.
It'll depend on some of the workouts too.
It'll depend on the workouts a lot, but on the run, get the medical team ready.
Yeah, they normally do have a run.
I'm gonna die for
it. We are working on it, so you might be a little bit better in 3 months. You have a 5K on tomorrow, I guess, after we release this podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday. Yeah.
All right. Monday is the 5K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. We're releasing it on Sunday.
I thought you meant tomorrow.
No.
I was like, I'm going to be hungover tomorrow.
Do I need to adjust your training tomorrow?
No, you're good, pal.
Okay. Yeah, you have a 5K on Monday, and then you have 30-minute, it's 30-minute echo bike for max cows into a 30-minute row for max cows.
After the 5K?
On Tuesday.
Oh, okay, cool. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat a lot of fat that morning.
Yeah, or just maybe this weekend too.
Yeah, my diet hasn't been great, but it's only been 1 day. It was very good until the qualifiers ended, and as soon as they were over,
celebrating happened.
I celebrated.
How was your initial celebration?
What do you mean? When I found out we qualified?
Yeah.
Put my head out the window and howl at the moon, baby.
Was that here at your house, or was that
coming to the house?
That was in your car.
Yep. Taylor was driving. Thanks, babe.
Christian messaged me and he said that is the most Kannon thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
Well done. Well done. Yeah. Congrats. You're
Thank you. We're all
yeah.
pumped.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew we were gonna do well. I thought I was confident we would go pro.
Yeah.
But I didn't know we would be like in the top 5. So that was very pleasant to see. And I mean, the workouts they're good for them, but I only got one down the middle, which was the shoulder overhead. So it's exciting to see that I'm improving on workouts that are not home run hitters for me. That feels good.
And still crushing the home run hitters.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't do awesome at the pistol workout, but like quarterfinal Kannon would have probably got 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting 8+. So that was on paper. It sucks because most of the elite or best scores were 10+, and I got 8. But like comparatively, I would have maybe got 5-ish.
Yeah, and that row workout you would have been in 17 minutes.
Yeah,
period
for sure.
Like even on a retest, like your first one probably would have been 18 minutes. Because I think you went 17 and then 15, right?
I went 16:02 to 15:24.
Yeah. 40-second improvement. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Because we had you step up on that.
I did
right?
really.
Or not step up, step down, right?
I ended it. We were going to do the first 3 rounds, step up, step down, and then we're going to rebound, but it turned into step downs.
Yeah.
I have fast step down, so it wasn't a huge issue, but I should have rebounded this just so much faster, but I didn't have it in me.
I mean, I think it just spiked your heart rate way too much.
Yeah.
You can see it in your the 4-minute video clip that you sent me.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Be nice to get your whole videos.
Sorry. It won't send.
Oh yeah, True Coach. If somebody
Coach.
from True Coach is listening, please update your app.
Please.
It's so bad right now.
It is awful.
I
tried to stay optimistic. I really did, but
you actually messaged me when that happened, when the update happened, and said that it was awesome.
Yeah.
After I had gotten about 10 people.
I was trying to manifest it.
Yeah.
Saying it was going to be fine.
I had about 10 people message me that this is garbage.
It was garbage.
And
it is garbage.
You sent me a message saying that this is awesome. I was like, okay.
Nope. Not trash.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll fix it.
Maybe.
Last week they told me they were going to fix it by the end of last week / this week. So.
And they didn't fix it. Can't trust nobody.
Nope. What are you drinking?
The Glenlivet Founders Reserve Single Malt Scotch Whiskey American Oak Selection, made in America.
Is your favorite whiskey?
Glenlivet is, yeah. I haven't had whiskey in probably since June.
Is this going to send you off the deep end?
Likely. Especially when me and Logan get together. I mean, Logan doesn't drink. Logan does. Nope, doesn't drink.
Yeah, never.
Never.
Not once in his life.
I must spray. It doesn't. This is juice. Apple juice.
Is that what it is?
That's apple juice.
Well, you're not getting in trouble for drinking that.
Right. My sugar might get elevated. That's about it.
Yeah. So you guys have a pretty good training crew here at Carrollton too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's had any benefit to how much
yeah.
you've improved this last year?
Yeah, when you're alone and you're doing intervals, you're not crawling to the fan, borderline cardiac arrest. But when you're with a group as intense as them, you just rise to a level that you wouldn't be able to alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I just think that intensity speeds up the adaptation process.
For sure. You feel like you've been able to recover pretty well though?
Yeah, I mean,
are you doing anything different for your recovery now?
I roll out more, and I have a massage gun. I use that a lot.
Is that helping?
I think so.
What's the massage gun? Is that a
Mm-hmm.
brand like Theragun, or is it an off brand?
No, it's the brand. It's the Hypervolt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The smaller version of one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just do that guy.
What was the thing that the massage therapist said to you?
What?
You're like, you said that he said, or they said that they would massage your muscle and it would loosen up. And then as soon as they stopped massaging it, it would instantly tighten back up.
So she would put Allie Harris, shout out Allie Harris, would put like 45 minutes of work into my arms, my forearms and biceps, and then move to like my back, and then come back like 30 minutes later, and my arms would just right back up. Yeah. They don't know anything but contraction.
But tension.
That's literally it.
So you would say you're sympathetic.
I'm in a constant state of isometric contraction. Literally, everything is always.
What's your blood pressure like?
Fine. Higher.
You know you have cats that are playing with each other right now?
What? is happening?
You see that?
How are they so high up?
Cats can climb trees.
Oh, if we weren't on a podcast, we'd be playing with those cats right now.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully they stay up there.
Yeah, they're gonna get 8. In British season, they're toast.
Okay. So, what is your prediction for Hunter's team at Fittest? I don't know their other 2 athletes.
He's got a master's athlete. I don't know his other girl. Hunter needs to get healthy. Once Hunter's healthy, he's fine.
What's going on with him right now?
He's just got some patella tendonitis.
Yeah.
I am the official and unofficial blacklisted medical professional, and I treat all your wounds. And he has patella tendonitis, so we're doing an Aleve regimen. And I've set him up with an appointment with an orthopedic to get some steroid injections.
PRP? Sorry, is this blowing me?
No, I don't mind it.
Okay.
He needs to do PRP. That helped Logan a lot.
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah, it works a lot. It's
yeah,
really well. So I mean, I've mentioned it. I just don't know. It's one thing to say, yeah, I'm going to do it, and then doing it, but I think Hunter cares enough to do it. So
yeah.
He needs to see the doctor, get the steroid shot first, because that can probably fix it. Because I had bicep tendonitis. He also has bicep tendonitis. Which is super annoying, and it's in the shoulder, which is weird.
Bicep tendonitis is the worst.
Yeah, so we're getting an injection in his butt, and then that.
Wait, did you say injection in his butt?
Yeah, you got to get one in the butt for bicep. Well, that's how I got mine when I had it, and it worked really well.
What is it? A cortisone shot?
Corticosteroid.
Oh, okay.
Is that I don't illegal? Know. I think it's legal.
Is it illegal in the sport though? Like you would test positive for it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, even if you got the injection, I mean, if you got it today, it's gonna be metabolized out of a system.
Not condoning drug use.
No, but I mean, they're not gonna be able to find that out. So if you need a shot, get a shot. Don't sit there and get a shot.
This is coming from a self-proclaimed medical
orthopedic nurse.
Blacklisted's medical professional.
Official. Okay. He gets healthy. Bryce, I think is his other guy. Bryce is an animal.
He's going to be really
Bryce
good.
is going to be
really good.
Bryce Harrington, before he's 30, will go to the games.
What do you want? I mean, I would want to bet against him, but
I'll just bet it.
Just bet it?
I'll bet a fancy cigar.
Well, this is a $5 cigar. So
I'll bet a $15 cigar.
Okay.
Okay. Cade, well,
I'm not going to bet against Bryce, though.
I think he has Cade.
Cade's 27, I think.
There's a shot. He's a little older than Bryce.
Yeah. Bryce doesn't have a training history. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which I think is beneficial to him. I'm not going to bet against him.
I'm not saying you can't, Cade. I think you have high potential.
I think Cade's got the potential, too.
For sure. But Bryce is like, he's going to blossom.
Yeah. Bryce is set up for a lot of success in the sport. Like, he is a young training age, young himself, and then really freaking good genetics.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah. So he's going to be, like, in 4 years.
He posted a 1-year really progression today.
Yeah.
And he was, like, struggling with a 195-pound clean.
Last year.
And now he cleans, like, more than me.
Like 295 at least, right? Or is it more than
me?
Wait, like 340s?
Like 330s, 340s, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So like 200 and something astronomical. He's way better.
He hit that recently?
I think so.
Congrats.
Unless I'm getting him mixed up with Cade. I know Cade did 365, but it was up there.
Well, Cade hit 340 clean and jerk, I think, at West Coast.
If Cade trains right, he could do it.
Yeah.
If he puts 5 years of just laser focus, I think he could for sure make games.
I think he could do it less than that. I think like 2 to 3. He still has like some holes, but he fixes those.
He's got a wrist injury right now, and I put him on a leave regimen. Told him to go see a doctor too.
For those of you that are listening, if you want some Aleve.
Aleve, not ibuprofen. Ibuprofen decreases testosterone.
See, I tell Shannon this all the time, and she gets mad at me.
Unbelievable, Shannon. Be ashamed.
So I don't ever take ibuprofen.
I mean, it doesn't work as like seriously. Like if you get 2 Aleve twice a day, morning and night for 3 days, whatever is bothering you is going to be gone.
You heard it here.
Heard it here first, folks. If it's not fixed, you need an MRI because you tore something. You need surgery.
It's a little extreme, I think.
No,
Okay.
I'm stand by it.
Okay.
Telling you.
You stand by a leave.
That's straight. I stand by a leave. I should get sponsored.
Yeah.
The Elite
A leave. If you're listening,
Save me some money, pal.
we won't shit on you like True Coach, I guess.
Yeah. I don't want to get sponsored by True Coach.
Think they're gonna end up?
Who?
Hunter's team.
I think they'll be top 10. Or not.
There's 10 teams.
Shut up. Shut up. I think that they'll be, I just prediction, I'll say 7th.
7th place.
I think they'll get 7th, 6th, if everybody's healthy.
Okay.
Because I know Hunter will die for points. He will sell his soul to get a point. So I'm not worried about him.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Bryce, obviously. I don't
Right.
know the girl, so I can't give you an accurate estimate because
One
I
of
don't know half the team.
One of the things that I forgot about these qualifiers is like, and why I love weekend competitions so much more is like, if you're sympathetic athletes like you, myself, and Amanda, you're really good on that first week. And then your central nervous system is trashed for that second week. Trashed.
Yeah.
Like I got sick on Monday this last week. I was fighting something off for like 2 days after that. Like it was,
I can tell.
Super tired. Like, so it's like you can use that inside of a 3-day competition, but if it's like weekend where like, especially like a 5-day, like Fittest is, with 1 day rest into another 5-day or 2-day rest into another 5-day piece, that was a lot.
Yeah, I was very, very fatigued Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I don't take pre-workout unless it's competition or qualifiers.
Yeah.
And even with the pre-workout, I was still very tired. I just drink coffee to just on regular training days. But I was hurting. Like I was staring at my shoes for about 45 minutes before I put them on.
To go do one of the workouts?
Yeah.
Which one?
I was just staring. The snatch and burpee one that takes all of you.
Yeah.
Tuesday, the very end, I was just like,
I got sick.
I just kept looking at my shoes. And I was like, I'm going to put these on eventually. I'm going to go to the workout. But right now, I'm not there yet. So I just kept staring at them until I decided to put them on. Straight David Goggins style.
You just compared yourself to David Goggins?
I did.
For a 3-minute
I'll beat
workout?
him in a fight.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that, actually.
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. He's old and broken.
Yeah, that's true.
He'd probably do something dirty, like probably fight dirty, like get your trachea or something, bite you, which is fine. I would do the same thing.
That's how you're supposed to fight.
Nope.
Never fight fair.
Take your thumb.
What is that?
Right in the butthole.
Is it? Did you pull that move a lot in wrestling?
Yes.
Did you actually?
No, I did a crotch lift though. Like if they stood up, you'd get an underhook and you'd grab a set of nuts and you'd twist them and you'd throw them on their back.
Did you ever get that done to you?
Oh yeah.
Was it hard not to swing at the individual
Yes.
after that? I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. But that makes it more fun because it's like, okay, I'm coming at you now, bro. Like, fight dirty. Let's fight dirty. So I would choke people out.
So if somebody grabs your nuts, you're gonna attempt to grab their nuts?
No, I'm probably gonna. In a way, I'm gonna hurt them worse. I mean, yes, I'll hurt.
What is worse than grabbing somebody?
Like
and twisting
there's things
nuts?
I could dislocate. I dislocated a guy's shoulder because he
grabbed your nuts.
Yeah, like one time. And the other stuff, there's worse stuff you can do.
Like what?
Get away with it.
What was the worst thing you did?
The worst thing I did was I was running track and this guy.
You were running track?
I was running track.
No, what's the worst thing you did in wrestling?
Let me get to the story. I was running track and this kid beat me, who I knew wrestled.
What distance were you running?
800 meter.
You were running at 800 meters.
I got last. last.
So not only did he beat you, everyone else he beat you.
But he said after the race, how'd you like that loss? And I said, do you wrestle? He said, yes. So then in wrestling season, I wrestled him and I put my knee in his lower spine and threw my weight into it and bulged his disc. And he had to get carried off the mat. That was the worst thing I ever did.
Is that like a felony?
Yeah.
Should we edit that out?
Probably.
He's not gonna listen to this. Right?
Oh, and then one guy, he was talking to my girlfriend in high school, and I snapped his head down, and I brought my knee in his face, and I broke his nose. He had to go to the ER.
In the wrestling match or
at practice?
At practice,
my teammate shattered his nose. Like his mom tried to press charges. True story. I cut those two things out.
I don't think I can edit this. So
You're going to. You're gonna edit it. We're gonna find a way.
This is all allegedly.
Allegedly.
These things happen by circumstance.
I'm innocent.
Okay, right on. Yeah, it seems like does stuff like that happen at the Olympic level?
Yeah. Well, no. That
it's more
at that point. They're
that
just
level?
It's like a job. Like they just kind of hang out. Iran and America don't like each other at all. In Olympic wrestling.
So does that stuff happen between those two teams?
For sure. Like you can go and watch Jordan Burroughs 2016 Olympics. I think he got in pretty much a fist fight with the guy.
Really?
They're Russia and America don't like each other. Iran likes American wrestlers. Actually, there's a lot of love. Like Iranian people they like treat Olympic wrestlers like the highest level celebrity.
Well, same with their weightlifting teams too.
Like if you are like you are like an Olympic wrestler in Iran is like Zac Efron to every white girl in America. Like they freaking lose it.
There's got to be somebody else now. I think you just dated yourself. Zac Efron's like older now.
Zac Efron's beautiful.
I mean, I'm not
Beautiful
denying
man.
that. I was a
very handsome guy.
I'm a big Zac Efron fan.
Yeah, same.
He's got some great movies.
He likes wrestling.
Does he really?
I think so. Him and Ashton Kutcher.
Huh. Interesting.
Fun fact.
Supposedly, I knew somebody whose brother directed movies, and they were directing some movie out in Hawaii, and apparently Zac Efron was on this movie set. Apparently, he just disappears. I don't know if this story is true or not, but apparently he just like disappears, goes on this crazy bender, and they find him like 5 days later, just super high in like the middle of an ocean, jumping into like shark cages.
Nice.
So he's got a little bit of a wild side to him, apparently, too.
Yeah, that kind of money and influence in that early in age.
Yeah,
you can handle that.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
No. Well, Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone. I just dated myself there.
You did. Bieber.
He's an interesting one.
I don't get a read on him.
I don't think he has a read on himself.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's dangerous being that famous that young.
And that kind of money as a young man? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Chappelle did it right. Just moves to the middle of Ohio.
Yeah. He talks about it, too, in his talk.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't say the things he says. Never mind.
He does a much better job of making them funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bulging somebody's disc. What else happens in wrestling?
Just choke people out a lot secretly.
How do you do that?
A lot. I mean, if they come in on a shot, their face is down to the mat, and the rest on the other side, you can just push their trachea enough to where or you can just cut off their carotid.
If you could do any sport, what would that sport be?
If I could do any sport?
Yeah. Not CrossFit or wrestling.
And high level?
Yeah.
Rugby. My size right now.
You would have been a good rugby player, I bet.
Right now.
Minus your 800-meter run times.
Minus my 800-meter run. But we're working on that. I would love to have played rugby.
I wonder what would have happened to your running if you had played rugby growing up.
I know, right? Like literally all I've done is wrestle.
Yeah.
I did track 1 year because
I
there were really pretty girl
quit
in track. That's the only reason I did it.
The most male answer ever.
That's it. I mean, that was the only reason. And I was garb. My dad even said, like, he went to my track meet and he was like, son, I love you and I support anything you do, but this is the most boring thing you've ever been a part of.
It's like, this is not for you.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah, so I quit. And I played football in middle school, but that doesn't really count. And then 1 year in high school, and I was like, this is not for me. So
What position were you?
Linebacker.
Figured.
But that's too tiny.
Why did you not like football?
Too small.
What would you think about why do you think rugby would be any different?
Because in the scenario that you gave me, I was this size.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I was this size and I had a chance to play football, I would go play football.
So but you would rather play rugby than football?
Oh, way more because you can be more violent.
In rugby?
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
What?
No.
Don't they wrestle? It's like wrestling and football combination.
Well, there's like the scrums, yeah, where it's like, but because they don't have pads, it's less. The collisions are less violent. But it's more.
I mean, like throwing fists and stuff.
Oh, I mean, maybe that happens. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff that goes
I
on.
feel like you could like throw a kidney shot way easier in rugby than you could football. I don't know. I mean, I never played the two long enough to know.
Yeah, it's true. I played football for 5 years, I think, growing up.
Football just never stuck. I mean, I have mad respect for football players. Like, I don't mind it. I just like to play with smoke. Like football players transition to CrossFit really well, which surprised me.
Well, it depends. I think if you're D1 minus Jason Hopper, he's interesting. You don't make the transition as well, I think, like Marquand Jones. I think too, I'd be interested to see if he had a different training regimen, because I coached a guy that trained with him and it seemed like he was just worn out. So it'd be interesting if he had a different training regimen, like if he entered the sport now. But you don't see many D1 and Cole Sager as well. But I don't think you see.
Think they're too tall?
I don't know. I think
it's be too big.
I think it's more the physiology. So like, I think at a D1 level, you have to be too explosive, and at like a D2 FBS level, you're a little bit less explosive, a little bit more aerobic. Does that make sense?
So that's perfect for CrossFit.
Yeah. Does that mean that you?
It's cool.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, Coy.
We're filming. Sucks. That's my theory on it, though. I don't know.
Like I said,
and not that like Marquand's.
Yeah.
I think he made the games one year.
Yeah, he's games athlete.
Yeah.
I'm not like crapping on. I think football players are really I'm complimenting them. Like I was humbled because I would think. I used to think football players weren't very athletic because it's like you just go for like 10 seconds.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was this is dumb.
This is dumb.
There's no like. It didn't seem seemed athletic, but like very basic athleticism, which I guess is a good thing.
Oh, but then just be like, I just have to be explosive. I don't have to do.
And like I didn't think they'd have great lungs because they don't really do much. They just explode and stop and explode and stop.
Yeah.
So then but that was like when I knew nothing, and then Logan would explain stuff to me in this smart brain way, and then I would see like Hunter's new to CrossFit. He's very good.
Yeah.
Jalen is new to CrossFit. He played football. He's very good.
Yep.
And Marquand and Cole and what's his name? Hopper.
Jason Hopper.
Hopper's like brand new.
Yeah.
Right out of football, and
killing
he's
it,
rushing it.
Yeah.
So
I think too, though, like some of
my respect for football players has gone way.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't there before.
Right.
I just thought wrestlers would always be better than football players at CrossFit, but that's not the case.
Yeah. I mean, it was the case initially,
Mm-hmm.
like when you had Spieler and like a lot of people coming in with wrestling backgrounds. But now I think too, it probably depends on like how much playing time you got in D1 school too,
Mm-hmm.
like were you more interested in the weight room and stuff and like getting fit in while you played, or were you more interested in playing the game?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, what position did Jason play? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Was he on the field a lot? Yeah, I guess.
I got nothing on him. He's
talking on my ass.
Completely random.
Yeah. So football players are not athletic.
Nope. That's not what I said. Nope.
True statement, Kannon.
I did not say that. I said they are.
He will fight you.
I will. But football players are athletic. Probably some of the most athletic people on earth. They do some insane things.
Yeah.
I just was educated from first person how good they can be with their physiology. It's crazy how it's really neat how sports filter people out.
Yeah.
It's like cool, like
mm-hmm.
like it's just neat the way sports and like D2, D1 and like wrestling is to filter out people with bad genetics. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But what I've come full circle with is that genetics are the most important thing in sports.
Yes.
That's it. Hard work is neat.
Yeah.
But the most important thing on earth is genes.
Genetics.
There will never be a person who outworks bad genes ever in history. That's just it. That's the sad truth.
I mean, you can definitely tap your ceiling for your genetic potential. But like, let's say you have
like you said, tap your ceiling. Like your genes are your ceiling.
Right.
So how good are your genes?
Right. Right. And like you can, and no matter what, like unless you had some sort of anti-aging device where you could just continually be in your 20s and just make adaptations. Like, yeah, then you could probably push your genetics to a certain, because the human body is
malleable. Superhuman.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So like, if you give the body maybe 80 years to adapt, you could probably be at a high level for anything if you gave your body enough time to adapt. But you have a small window for athletics where it's like you don't have the adaptation time to overcome bad genes.
Yeah.
Or not even bad genes, just not genes designed to be athletic.
No. I agree. It's just frustrating sometimes, Think about like Luke Parker. I know everybody on earth knows Luke Parker now because he's super famous.
Well, he played football too, right?
I don't know what he did.
I think he played football.
But like, I remember the day he walked in the training think tank and did his first throwdown. Couldn't even walk on his hands.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he's obviously got some insane genetics, and now he's a semi-athlete, so he like completely jumped me, leaps and bounds.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the richest next dude on the team.
Well, who was it this year? Sorry.
It was his
cousin.
Oh,
Chase. Yeah, Chase. Yeah.
But I think Luke is much better than Chase.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't go with him.
I think that Rich did it more for like sentimental stuff.
Because he qualified last year and then got it robbed.
Which is kind of surprising, but like he'd win it anyways with those two girls he had. I mean, he could have like
Taylor and Andrea.
Yeah, he'd have me on there and they'd still win.
Yeah. We all just kind of like started plateauing, and Andrea just kept getting better.
How old is she? 32?
Yeah, she's my age.
Yeah.
31, 30. I think she's a year older than me. Yeah. Our birthdays are really close. What's that?
Good genes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying about Luke has obviously got great genetics. And I mean, not that he doesn't, the dude works hard. It's all he does is train for a living, but it's just like he clearly, I mean, he's got probably better natural mobility, better physiological structure,
like you
better
said
muscle
too,
tissue, things like that.
He trains for a living, so he can recover literally perfectly every single day. And he's probably got access to massage therapists and all sorts of crazy stuff working at Mayhem, Yeah. Like I can't imagine he does that much work at Mayhem.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah. But
I'm not
he's just that's a good example of somebody who has everything they need and takes full advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like he's got the talent, genetics, and he like worked hard. So like in a year or two, he's a semi-athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is something some people will never make.
Yeah.
And they'll put 10 years in.
Yeah.
Yep. My worst fear.
Hey,
like
you gotta try though. You can't not try.
Yeah, you gotta swing the fences. Always.
And like there's something to be said about that than not trying at all,
Still keeps you up at night.
What's that?
Still keeps you up at night.
For sure. It should.
Yeah. But yeah,
Something
Pierce is also a good example too. She made the games in a year.
Yeah.
2015, 16.
Was it then?
I thought it was the games in 2016. It was her 1 year CrossFit. Like started CrossFit in 2015. If my sources are correct. She started 2015.
Yeah.
Went to the games.
But she had literally a perfect background.
Yeah.
For
powerlifting, gymnastics.
Yeah. So it's not the transfer over probably was not that difficult.
No, probably super easy.
Yeah. But she got good abs.
She has great abs, power abs even.
Power abs. Yep.
Just had to plug that there.
That was back when you could actually do that. Come into CrossFit in a year and go to the games. It doesn't happen very often. I mean, Jason, did he do that?
Yeah, pretty much.
No. I looked at his stats. He
Jason
had
Medeiros or just
Hopper.
Yeah.
Hopper. He had.
My wife is home.
I think he had done 6 CrossFit Opens. Hopper had.
Huh. Let me let him in.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I think so. I could be wrong on that, but I went through and looked at everyone that qualified for the games, number of opens, and the lowest was 2.
Who was 2?
I think it was some girl in Europe or Asia or Africa or something like that. So where the barrier to entry is still pretty low, like not as popular.
Do you think that CrossFit athletes will top out sooner or later?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, at some point, human capacity got to max out.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say that about the marathon too.
Yeah. But then you have people like Guy coming in.
Guy?
Is
that the Brazil? Yeah.
I mean, he weighs probably 185 pounds, snatches 305 like it's nothing. I mean, strength isn't everything, but he's 21.
Right.
He's got 9 years to develop a system.
Right.
And he moves perfectly, so he's not going to get injured.
Right. Well, you don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, but
he could also he may move perfectly, but he might have maybe he has high inflammation markers and his tendon snaps and something. It's always a possibility to have happen. And or maybe he just drives up tension too much in his body and starts getting injured, like too much systemic tension. There's always I wouldn't like that much hard training for 10 years on your body will be interesting. I'm more curious about that is because he was a teen athlete, right? So I'm more curious to see what happens to him at 26. What does his body look like at 26?
Yeah. The hormone. I would like to do a yearly panel of hormones.
That would be huge. If they could do something where it was
because Mal is not done developing as an adult yet. No. So I would like to take their hormone panel and just watch as she continues to finish puberty.
Yeah. What happens to
finish adolescence, finish that last little growth spurt, 22, 23, and then see what's going on there.
Or just what happens to her she might even be done at 22, 23.
Exactly, because she might be required to develop early.
Well, there's a podcast that I was listening to that they had a Russian weightlifter on, and he's like, we don't want our kids being really good at weightlifting when they're 16, 17 years old, because they're already bumping the ceiling now, where if they go and play other sports and don't just focus on weightlifting, now they've accumulated this crazy base that's also driven their ceiling up. So now when they actually get into 18 plus divisions and can actually go and make money in this thing, they're going to have exponentially higher ceilings that they're going to be able to reach and be competitive. Whereas the individual that was bumping their ceiling at 16, 17, 18, they haven't laid that base and had more experience in sports.
So the wider your base, the higher your ceiling. Say?
Right.
So what would you say is if you had a kid and you just knew that kid was going to do CrossFit, you could see in the future
that he was going to be a perfect CrossFit athlete.
So what sports would he have played?
All of them.
Which ones though? I need 4 specifically.
You
can't do all of them. You don't have time.
You
don't have time to do baseball, wrestling, basketball, football, swimming,
soccer, over 18 years of their life. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
A year here, a year there.
I'm thinking they stick to 4 sports and then just stick to it for years.
Baseball.
Why baseball? What's wrong with you? It's the most boring sport on earth. He's discipline, I guess.
You're not a Braves fan?
No, I don't watch baseball.
I think
I'm about to get humbled again though, because here I was talking trash about football, and then I was like, bam, Jalen Franklin, and then freaking now I'm gonna hear about baseball athletes being the best athletes on earth, and all I do is throw a freaking ball around.
They also swing a bat.
Educate me, Kyle. I'm about to get smashed.
They also swing a bat. I think swinging a bat is one of the most kinesthetic awareness things you can do in a sport, and hand-eye coordination to hit a round object with a round object.
I agree with that. Proprioception, knowing where your body. Yeah, I think that helps me a lot in CrossFit. You just know where your body is at.
Oh, for sure.
1,000. You can. It's almost like having a third eye. I think, and I got that from wrestling. And I think that plays a huge role. In all kinds of stuff.
Right, and you think golf swing, Olympic lift, swinging a bat is very similar to an Olympic lift. The amount of proprioception and kinesthetic awareness you have to have. So I think that transfers over very well.
Nanometers of adjustments and stuff to make all the difference.
Yep, I would want them to do some sort of
makes total sense.
Running sport, so either basketball, track, cross country, some sort of running sport.
Which one's the best though?
I wouldn't say there's any.
One. You have to pick one. That's the game.
I have to pick one.
Pick one. Which running is the best?
I wouldn't say it's best, but I would probably have them do cross country.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. For just a huge aerobic base.
Yeah. Do I have to pick more sports in this?
You would do baseball and track, and that's it.
I mean, it's a kid's choice.
Ultimately. No, not in this scenario. I would have my kid wrestle. If it's a girl, she can choose between wrestling or gymnastics. If it's a boy, he's got to wrestle. Swimming.
Spoken like a true wrestler.
Swimming, track, and Olympic lifting.
I wouldn't do swimming.
Why? That'd be such a fun summer thing for kids to do that is good exercise and all that crap.
If they like it.
They'll learn to like it.
I didn't learn to like it.
Your dad wasn't mean enough. I had to learn to like wrestling.
Look at me now.
Look at me now. Massive food illness.
I did not like swimming. I did swimming for a year. I didn't like it.
I think you can convey, because kids are so focused on the now. Like if you could convey effectively to a 15, 16-year-old, like if you do these things and you don't like them, later on when you do something you really like, you're going to be the best at. I feel like if you could get that message across, they would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
I think a big thing that helps young athletes like in that teenage years is a catastrophic loss. Like not like family loss or something. Well, I mean, you could count that too. Like Dan Gable, should I wait till they turn that car off before I finish?
I don't know what's picking up on this. I mean, we're outside. We probably had birds chirping.
Dan Gable was a wrestler. His sister was murdered, and his family was being driven apart. Like his mom and dad started to hate each other and blame each other. But the only thing that would bring them together is his wrestling. And the better he did, the closer he would get. So his psychology was, the better I get at this, the more I can keep my family together.
I think you're trying to pick out a perfect storm scenario.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yes.
But it's not. I don't think you can create. I think perfect storm scenarios create themselves. I don't think you can. I don't think you can artificially create that.
Well, that's the challenge, right? You got to find a way to do it.
I don't think it's possible to do that.
It's possible.
Look at Ryan Leaf.
I don't care about Ryan Leaf.
Do you know who Ryan Leaf is? He was the biggest bust in NFL history. He was the most his dad literally trained him from age 5 to 22 to be the best NFL quarterback to ever play in the NFL, and pretty much drove the kid crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to manage it properly. Like you got to be dad of the house, but coach in the way. You can't be coach all the time.
I don't think
my dad did a good job of that. He would be dad at home. Like wrestling was not a thing in the house. We didn't talk about it unless I wanted to, which was a lot. So he'd have to shut me up. But outside in wrestling room, he was coach always. So that kept me grounded.
Yeah.
But I can see I know personal people their dad was coach all the time and they hated sports.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They couldn't stand it.
Oh yeah. I think that would be an interesting thing to do more studies on and look at that aspect of sports in general, because I don't think that's looked at enough is and maybe I just haven't done enough research on it, but the what a good parental role in sports should be for developing adolescents. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your dad probably had a pretty good concept of how to get you to like wrestling, when too much was when it was too much, when to back off, when to push you,
They did a good job, I think.
Right.
I mean, they were figuring it out as they go, but I think they figured it out well because they're smart people.
Yeah.
They would read, mom would be able to tell if I was not wanting to be, because we would do tournaments every Saturday.
Right.
From age 4 to whatever. And they would always do you want to go? Yes. Okay, we're going. Do you want to go? No, I want to go see my friends. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if it was there would be if there was a bunch of a big, we had a club of kids that would go.
Yeah.
If it was a big tournament, they'd be you got to go. There's lots of folks there. But if it was just one to get some extra mat time in, and I wasn't feeling the best, or we didn't seem burnt out or whatever.
Yeah.
Then, or I would say things they would be okay, well, we don't have to go. And then it'd be well, now I feel like I'm missing out, so now I want to go. You know what I mean?
I got grounded from sports.
Nice. That's a dumb thing to ground people of.
Well,
and that's the opposite of what you want.
Maybe I shouldn't have been such a fucking dick. That was a terrible child.
Nice. I was okay until my senior year of high school, and I got with the bad group of kids. That was it.
Yeah.
I was a good kid. I was still a good kid in my worst day, but senior year I would sneak out and stuff. But I mean, that's not a big deal to most people. For me, I was whoa, this is crazy.
Whoa, this is crazy. I acted up in middle school a lot. And then high school,
I was just so medicated, man.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I was a zombie.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
If my kiddo has ADHD, we're just going to figure it out. We're going to see a therapist because, it doesn't feel like I gained consciousness until I was 20.
Yeah.
Wild. It seems like everything was in fast forward and then forward. And then, when
at
I
20,
stopped taking it,
you're
I was like,
whoa,
whoa, conscious. Where am I? How did I get here?
What am I doing?
Seriously, it was. Whoa. You got me off of it. You were like, you're not going to be good at CrossFit.
Yeah, because your heart rate was,
My heart was
160
yeah.
beats per minute.
So
Literally walking
yeah.
in the door.
Yeah, so that was a huge. Thank God. That's the best thing I ever did.
I'm like, Kannon, you're not going to be able to be good at this.
Yeah. And I
I remember on a bike.
I remember distinctly Coy, who just called me, would always crush me in running workouts.
Yeah.
Still does.
Yeah.
But one day I just didn't take that medicine after I talked to you, and I did way better. Like I kept up with him, and I wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Because it was a beta blocker, right? Is that what it was?
No, it was a stimulant. It's a Vyvanse, is amphetamine.
Yeah.
A beta blocker would make me a better runner because it would make your heart more efficient pump, and you'd beat less.
Okay. Yeah, I remember like you telling me what it was, and I looked up some of the stuff.
It's an amphetamine. It's just a really, really clean version of methamphetamine.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, there's no way.
No. And I would take pre-workout on top of that.
Yeah. So if you want advice on getting off your medication, I'll offer that to you. No medical degree whatsoever.
Zero. An addict counselor.
Were you addicted to your medication?
You develop any kind of psychological dependence on anything that helps you perform better in any aspect of life, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like melatonin is completely unaddictive. It's not habit forming physiologically.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sleep really well on melatonin and you think, oh, I'm going to have the best of my life. Psychological dependence. You can get psychologically dependent on anything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There is a physiological dependence on, there's a physiological and a psychological dependence on any kind of stimulant. So, because like on days you don't take it, your brain is so your CNS is so exhausted because it's being forced to be ramped up
on the stimulant.
It goes whoa, and you just crash. That's why it's called a crash.
Right.
So you feel like absolute butthole unless you take it again. And when you take it again, you're like, I'm back, and everything's beautiful, and life has more colors, and it's actually kind of scary how good it makes you feel. It's scary how good it makes. Like literally,
math, right? Basically,
it's really clean. Like in nursing school, we'd have 14 chapter tests, and I'm slamming these just knock them out of the water, and have all this time to train. My classmates are like, "How are you doing this?" I'm like, "Drugs." Literally drugs. Seriously, like it's not safe. How good, and it makes you feel like you can conquer the world, which is really scary.
So you think
I am not a drug addict.
I've just had a lot of experience.
I've had years of experience with stimulants because I have a condition called ADHD, which I can manage now on my own.
Congratulations.
But, thank you.
How long have you been sober for?
Sober for since 2022. So 5 years. I wouldn't even say it wasn't an issue. I used it appropriately. It was for school, so I could focus. And I got out of school, got a job, and I quit.
Yeah.
I did exactly what I was supposed to do. But you learn about it and go through that kind of stuff. It was weird though, man. Like at first taking it, your whole body would just tingle.
Oh, because you were just so.
Your body, like your nerves were like, whoa, what is this?
I need to go do.
Imagine your whole body getting hit by a billion massage guns. You're like, it's just like, I'm alive. I'd set my alarm clock. We'd have 5 a.m. run.
Yeah.
In college for wrestling. I would wake up at 4 a.m., take it, go back to sleep, and it would wake me up.
Wait.
In an hour.
You would have 5 a.m. runs?
I'd have 5 a.m. run.
So you would wake up early.
I wake up at 4, take my pill,
go
back to sleep, and at 4:45, I'm like, ready. Like, no
would you
warm up.
sleep at all?
No, I didn't sleep.
No, like from 4 to 5, would you sleep?
Yeah, I'd go right back to sleep.
You would pass back out after?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can go back to sleep easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Going
to sleep is still very difficult.
Yeah.
Because I just have a high CNS, and then but waking up in the night, I do like 16 times a night because I have to pee so much because I drink so much. I usually take a protein shake before bed.
Actually, we'll need to talk about that then.
Huge, and I pee it out the whole night.
We'll talk about that then. Might be a different sign that you're and to nutrition, performance, or whatever. They put out something about that. It might be a sign of too much central nervous system stimulation.
Having to pee a lot at night?
Yeah.
I 1000% believe that. Because I talked to not my urologist, but a urologist I work with.
Yeah.
And I was like, shout out Dr. McLaughlin. Very scary individual. Good doctor. Great doctor. But I was like, hey man, at competitions, dude, I've got to pee all the time. I was like, literally, I can go pee and then go stand on the warm up mat, and then
have to pee again.
and I have to like a full bladder urination.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How much caffeine are you taking?" And I was like, "A lot." I was like, "How much water are you drinking?" I'm like, "A lot." He's like, "That's your problem."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're making yourself a giant diuretic." So he was like, "You need to cut your caffeine. You need to stop drinking water about an hour before every event." And I started doing that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I started doing that way better. I mean, I still have to pee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's just funny in training. I'll make myself I'll wait, or okay, if I have to pee before a workout or a piece, I'll make myself do the piece, having to pee, so I get used to it because it's applicable. Like literally, that's a huge distraction before a competition for me. Is I've got to urinate before every event.
Oh,
it's a fact of life
for sure.
And to get myself more habituated to it, I train. Sometimes if I have to pee, I'm like, I'm just gonna do this workout having to pee, so I get used to it, and it helps. It does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stopped drinking I just stopped drinking any fluids an hour before each event. Like as soon as an event's over, I'm chugging. Like I'm smashing water.
Yeah.
But like if I finish an event at 12 and I have an event at 2, from 12 to 1, I'm smashing water. From 1 to 2, no water.
Yeah, I had most of the time when
that may not be like there's probably some nutritionist that's gonna be like, "Oh, it's retarded for these reasons," but it helps me, so piss off.
It's all individualized. Right? Everything's individualized to each individual.
Yeah,
because I can drink stuff. I'll have to pee before I'll probably
it's so
take
distracting.
I'll take a piss before I go out to the corral, right? And then when I get into the corral, I'll be fine for everything. That was a couple of years, like during my big competition time period. But what ended up happening last Wadapalooza event that I did, it was super weird, would have the exact opposite. I would get unbelievably hungry in the corral area.
I'm never hungry at competitions.
I was never hungry at competitions
That's
either.
Weird.
But I would be not hungry after the competition and then get stupid or after the workout, and then in the corral area I would get uncomfortably hungry. It was super weird. Yeah, super weird.
That's like the last thing your body should want is food at that moment.
Right.
It's about the fight.
It's about right. So it was like
what?
When that was happening, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna be done.
I almost pooped my pants at Pensacola Beach Brawl. Seriously,
pooped
before the lift
a couple times.
Oh, it was close, and I probably have some sharp in there, but like literally before we're going.
Would you shit yourself in a workout
for a max lift?
No, in a workout at a competition.
10,000%.
Okay, good.
1,000%.
Good.
Yeah, I mean that's their problem. It's not mine. I don't care. I got extra clothes.
Do you want to hear an embarrassing story?
Let's hear it, I think the audience wants to know.
So at boot camp, when you run your PFTs, you have your
this isn't CrossFit. This is Marine.
Yeah,
that's different. Anyways,
you run, you do your pull-ups, then you go run, then you do crunches. Well, we did our pull-ups and we did our run, and I shit myself on that run. I got to the halfway point. I turned around like, this is just coming out, and it felt so good. It felt so good. And so we get done with the run, and we're in formation. And when you do your crunches, you line up with somebody, and they have to hold your legs. So our drill instructor goes, "Did anybody shit themselves on this run?" I'm like, "This recruit is, sir." He's like, "Motherfucker." So we got matched up, and this poor dude had to hold my legs with just a bunch of shit.
That sounds so uncomfortable. Running with poop in your leg pants? Was it water or was it solids?
So like the shorts that you run in are kind of diaper-esque, like they're like mesh outside, and then they got like liner in it, so it like kind of stayed all inside the liner. But it was a messy cleanup.
Gross. That's disgusting.
Yep.
I've heard from the grapevine that during that marathon row there was puddles and puddles and puddles of urine.
Oh, probably. Yeah. That
like they had to like get us like an EDS crew out there.
Oh, really?
Environmental services. There's so much urine.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I'd probably I don't think I would have had to pee on that. Maybe.
Oh, I would have. I was thinking if that was me, I'd have a condom catheter on in a heartbeat.
Would that not be uncomfortable?
It's super uncomfortable, but I don't want to pee on myself.
You would shit in yourself in an event, but you wouldn't pee on yourself?
I mean, for a 3-hour event, like we're talking a 10-minute AMRAP poop on myself versus 3.5 hours poop on myself.
But you're not going to pee yourself in the first hour.
I would.
So 2 and you
If
would
I-
you
yeah, I
piss
would.
yourself in the. They literally got to go piss right before they went.
Yeah, but it's 3 hours. Like, I'm not gonna urinate on myself and then which would be in the first 5 minutes, and then 2 hours and 55
You would
minutes.
piss yourself in the first 5 minutes on that
Yes,
side.
immediately.
We need to add this.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys.
This is gonna be one of those forbidden podcasts. I can
Maybe,
tell.
I don't know. Thanks for listening, guys. We have to take off here. Hope you enjoyed our bodily fluids.
Nonsense.
Whatever. I
Love
guess that's
it.
what happens. But
Watch this
celebration
drunk.
for
It's way better.
yeah, celebration for Fittest Experience. Nice job to all our athletes that 2022
4 pro
qualifiers.
teams.
Yeah, 4 teams.
Blacklisted blackout, baby.
Yep, 4 teams. RX individual, 2 intermediate, and a masters. I think is everyone we're sending. So keep an eye out for all those individuals at the competition. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, please do. Blacklisted.hq. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. That would be great. Kannon, what's your Instagram?
At Kannon CM. Cade, you're gonna make it to the games one day, pal.
I'm not betting against Bryce or Cade on either.
Me either.
So
You're both nasty in the
thanks,
best way.
thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. Probably more informative.